Hi, this is an amazing book by Daniel Kahneman called Thinking Fast and Slow. I read this book probably about maybe 6 to 7 months ago, and it really shifted the way I think. It's a book that helps you understand why we make the choices we make, why we make the decisions we make, and also helps us understand how we can almost decide when it comes to being in a certain situation. So I just run through some quick thoughts, some quick excerpts for this book. This is a very inspiring book by Daniel Kahneman. And I think one thing I learned from this book that he shared was that biases are systematic errors. So basically, they're like shortcuts we make. So if you almost think about bias, because we need to make loads of decisions in a given day, in a given time. So sometimes we tend to take some shortcuts. Example, driving into the garage, a public garage, for example, or we see someone in a hoodie, and all of a sudden we think, oh, this person might be harmful or something, or this person is up to no good. So we tend to use biases as a shortcut, or as a shortcut to make quick decisions. So, but to Daniel Kahneman, biases are systematic errors. And he also looked into what he calls system one. So what he said on was system one is effortless. So generally, when it comes to making decisions, we make very quick decisions. We don't really have to think, worry about them. We just decide, oh, this is it. I want to buy this car, for example, and then boom, we decide to buy a car, or I want to buy this house, and we don't really put in so much thoughts or mental sort of exercise to decide, why do I need this house? Is this house close to school? Is this what will be the value of this property in 5 years time? Or would it cost so much for me to renovate this property? Can I sell this property in 5 years time? I mean, we when it comes to system one, we're so quick to make decisions. And is also about impressions. So system one always looks at impressions and feelings. So like what we can see, like our five senses. So like thoughts, taste, sight. So all of our five senses. And he also looks at simple relations. So he looks at some example for a house. I might just say a house is close to a supermarket. So that's a relationship between the house and the supermarket. So it's a very simple relationship. It doesn't really look at a more complex structure. And so that's what system one is, a quick way to make decisions. It's very simplified. And so when it comes to also categorization, it looks at things in a very singular category. Example, a house could be categorized, say, example, as an asset, for example, within the asset category. So it wouldn't really look into a more complex category. So that's what system one does. So it's sort of like you said, perception and intuition. So it's effortless. So you make quick decisions without having to think, relying so much we rely so much on our senses. So that's why, and that's the key thing about system one. So I think we all use system one. Majority of the decisions we make are made with the use of system one. So, but in terms of Daniel Kahneman, this sort of diagram, or this chart just kind of helps us understand the key features of system one. And system one also focuses on precepts. So stimulus bound is all about the external environment, or more so the external environment. In system two, he talked about there's sort of a more order. There's a sequence when it comes to system two. It does follow rules, which is so key, and is also very consistent with our beliefs. So if you have a belief, say, let's example, you have a belief, your belief when it comes to buying an expensive item is that when you buy something that is new, for example, your belief is that you can sell that for a much better value in a few years to come. So when it comes to buying something new, you want to understand what's the value of this, what's the price of this, comparing this to the price for a second-hand product, for example. So it has to be consistent to our beliefs, and it's slow. It takes time. With system two, you don't just make a 5-second decision. It's not a split second decision. You have to take your time to process your thoughts. So, but majority of the decisions we make is system one, not system two. Because if we spend so, if a local, if let's example, if majority of our decisions are based on system two, then we end up making very few decisions in life. So we need to understand that these two systems are important. Like Daniel Kahneman also said, these systems basically do not exist in our brain, but it's a mental construct. It's basically like a framework he created to help us understand how we think, how we make decisions. And overall, I just put in this sort of diagram just to help us understand system one is with ease. Everything comes with ease. And system two is effort. You gotta try, you gotta take your time, you gotta understand the concept. You have to question your judgment, question your beliefs, question your biases. So there's more time taken to decide when it comes to system two. Overall, that's just a quick run through of system one and system two by Daniel Kahneman. But this book is amazing. There's so much nuggets, so much research, so much wisdom, so much insights from this book. So I recommend this to you all. It's a bestseller. It's a bestseller as well. So it's called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. I'll recommend this to you. It's a good read.